or tell the coaches why you think leadership lessons are so important for them to do for their programs.
Honestly, for me, on a personal reason for me to be at a transfer coming from a school or program that really didn't have like leadership at all, it developed me as a young man. Honestly, like the leadership lesson that Coach Jackson and the coaching staff was giving us, it opened my eyes to more than just football. Like it opened my eyes to be a great young man growing up.
We're going to talk about day 3 of Build Your House. The worker who won't be denied. We've talked about 2 other workers. What's the first worker? Who's the first worker we talked about? The lazy one, right? And he was awesome. He was awesome. But he just got tired. You know, he was that senior, he just got tired of it. And then who was the second one we talked about the next day? The diamond guy, right? Okay? The farmer. Tell me about him. True story, 1843. Right, like he sold his farm and went looking for riches in there. What was there at his farm? The biggest diamond mine ever. So I made this slide, right? Okay, this is from day 1 and day 2. Everybody's mask ought to be up. Somebody tell me something that these pictures mean to you. Tucker. You're just showing one brick. Just lay a brick today, please. Just build your house and give a crap today. Golden, what you got?
On the first one, it's like you have to live in the house that you build.
I love it. You got to live in the house that you build. Like seriously, y'all, I love Golden, and I hope he's a sophomore starter. But I still don't have to live in the house that he built. Coach Luster doesn't have to live in the house that I built. Somebody tell me about the bottom left there. It's okay if you don't have any idea because I wouldn't have known. I Googled, what do you think? Anybody have a guess? Other than Golden smart, anybody other than Golden? O'Neal, what you got? A lump of coal. Worth anything? Comment, what do you think?
You got to put pressure on a diamond.
Y'all, now I Googled uncut diamonds. So I really don't think that's coal. Don't know. But I think it's a diamond that you'd have to recognize. Right? That's not the point of it, right? Like, yeah, you got to put pressure. You got to turn it. It's there. The diamond is there. We know that. I Googled uncut diamond. So how you get that into a diamond, Crochet? What do you got to do? You got to work for it. All right? Top right. This is a pretty tough one. We talked about it one time yesterday. Billings.
That's the tree. If you see that tree, that's the diamond.
Yeah, that's the tree. It's starts with a P, whatever, right? But there's diamonds maybe under that tree. So you have to know what to do. You have to listen to your coaches. You have to have a plan. Anybody ever seen this picture before? All the coaches have. It's been around for years. Have you ever looked back and realized you were so close to success that you just stayed with it? Tell me how this relates to day 1 or day 2. Oh, come on. Things get tough, you can't stop. You can't get too tired. You're building your dang house. But what about the farmer, y'all? Does it apply to the farmer at all? Yes. It's really the one that I thought of the most. Tell me. Bill, Bressie, you got to be able to talk, man.
You gotta keep working.
How does that relate to the African farmer? Help him out, quarterback. You know, I respect that. I wasn't here yesterday, and so the reason these lessons are so great is because we get you guys talking. So for a guy to have that much comfort to talk, right? So he wasn't here yesterday. So he says it looks like the guy from Africa was real close and turned around. Trey, what do you think? And the diamonds were right there. Right? They're right there. You just had to get them. You had to work for them. And you can't look at somebody else and go, I wish I was as tall as Bressy. Right? I wish I was as fast as Trey or whatever. You have to make yourself into what you can be. All right, anybody ever seen this movie?
Yes.
I have not, but I'm going to now. It's called Blood Diamond. It's a story of, Coach, you tell me you've seen it, right?
Story of this is like this military guy. They come in here and take a young man and go out there and find diamonds for him. There's one guy, man, he wants to try to save all these guys, and he got there, they're getting killed for diamonds. Basically what they're doing. So basically the reality was that all these rappers got these grills filled with diamonds. They don't know, man, what it takes for them to get those diamonds. People are getting killed, losing arms and legs for them to wear grills.
So these guys are being made to harvest diamonds, right? There's a guy with a gun right there, and it's, you know, they're basically slaves, right? Diamonds in the water. Okay, so tell me the difference in what you've seen so far, because what is that he's holding in his hand? It's a diamond, right? What's the difference in that and an African farmer?
He actually found the diamond.
Well, yeah, he had it, right? Tell me about the African farmer.
He didn't give up.
He what?
He didn't give up.
Yeah, but the African farmer, if he would have found that on his land, would he have known? No. He didn't know what they looked like. So you just can't come in here. That's why I like all those cars, the weightlifting cars. You just can't come in here and lift. Just do curls every time. Right? We have a system of how we live, and you got to use the card. Andrew over there doing curls. Okay.
Amen.
Boss, I want to go to it. I must go now. Go back on the team, boss. Go. Get to it. Go to it.
So he found the diamond. Now he drops it in the water. You have to cut a bunch of this out because there's profanity. No, he drops it in the water, and he puts it between his big toe and his next toe. Because he's hiding it, right? It's valuable. He's hiding it. And so he tells him he's got to go to the toilet, and it's perfect, right? Because something just blew up.
Stop! Spread your fingers. Open. Make it quick.
Right? It's still in between his toes. You know that's a diamond? No.
Give it to me. Ben, give it to me.
What's the difference in this guy and the old carpenter? This guy's willing to die for something, right? Like if Tucker wants to play college football, then he got to be willing, right? Like Steve Jobs said yesterday, your dream has to be so big people think you're crazy, right? The old carpenter, he wasn't going to risk his life for success. His dreams weren't that big anymore. What's different than this guy, an African farmer? He knew what he had. The African farmer was willing to go. His effort was there. So this guy right here, y'all, he's got the effort and he knows. And he's willing to risk his life. So, right, like he's fixing to die over his dreams. So how big are your dreams? I mean, I should have stopped it when he was crawling through the jungle. Do you want to be great this bad? I got Hambrick and Nemo back here, right? They're going to go play college ball. If they don't want to be great this bad, they're not going to beat out people who want to be. There's people at Northern Illinois that look just like Nemo. They're just as fast. They're just as athletic. And they're going to be willing to crawl on the jungle for success. Are you willing? And I love you, Nemo, and if you're not willing, you're not going to play. You've got to be willing. So next scene, y'all, he's in a truck in a city. So I assume he comes back and gets the diamond. So you've seen an old guy, plenty of ability, tired of it. You've seen another person, a sophomore, junior, right? And that has the effort and doesn't know. He doesn't want to look at a card. And you see, this guy's willing to do anything. Pretty simple, right? I just went over all this. These are the guys. This is what you have to be. We've all coached the old carpenter. We've all coached the African farmer. It's a pretty awesome deal right here. This sculpture is called Self-Made Man. It's very famous. Okay, there's a lot of versions of it. How does it relate to the lesson? Billy.
He's building himself in the statue, so you have to build your house, build yourself up.
He's building himself, and he's the only one doing it. Just like you have to build your house, just like if you want to find diamonds. Who else is sculpting him? Nobody. And you're lucky, guys, because you got coaches who care. But in the end, you hold the hammer and you hold the chisel. I don't know what you're going to be. I don't know. I don't know if Miller is going to be a great husband and father, a successful business. I don't know. But I know he's holding the hammer and, what is that thing called, y'all? The chisel? You're holding it. Swartz is holding the hammer and the chisel. Tore his ACL. Is he going to be better than last year? He can be. I can't do it for him. So we all wear masks. Y'all ever coached anybody y'all that act different here than they did in class? Yeah, that we weren't sure what they did on the weekend. So they're wearing masks. Everybody wears masks. You know, I might have a little different mask on when I see my girlfriend's parents, right, or something. So only you can look in that mirror and see what type of worker are you really? Why is that calendar down there on that picture, on this slide? Because guys, see these little days here? There's a bunch of little bitty numbers there, right? Those are days. So what's the take home from this? What should it be according to that calendar? Yes, sir. Every single day. Every single day you have to what? Lay a brick. You gotta lay a brick. You have to be willing to crawl in the jungle. Right? There's another picture of self-made man. Anybody? I want the coaches who are going to see this video to realize, like, we always do take-homes. So we've really covered this, right? Like, I mean, anybody have a take-home of how this is going to affect you? It takes courage to say this stuff. Schwartz.
Don't ever stop working.
Don't ever stop working. That's a take-home for Schwartz, right? Hopefully Schwartz is going to work even 5% harder after this. Anybody else? Billings.
Even though you don't feel like doing it, you still do it, lay that brick every single day.
You gotta do it whether you feel like it or not. Nobody cares, right? Boys do what they feel like. Men do what's gotta be done. Everyone, I couldn't wait to be considered a man. Me and my friends, we used to talk about when we were gonna, you know, like one of my buddies started shaving in 8th grade. I thought, crap, man, like. So if you wouldn't want to be a man, it ain't about shaving, it's about doing what has to be done. And if D. Kirk wants to be an L. Kirk and whoever, if you really want to be the dude, you got to work for it. Think somebody else has their hand up? Anybody else a take home for you? Rubio.
The type of effort you put in is the type of outcome you get.
What you put in, what you get out. It's like a computer. Tucker. Right? Because you're holding what? The hammer and the chisel. You're holding everything. It's up to you. Anybody come here, stay after school and work? More hands than the other day. Anybody else take home? Trey. Great. I can't want it for Trey. Right? I can't want it for Trey. You know what I want to do? I want to go to Lamar football game. Lamar, let's say Lamar plays Stephen F. Austin. I want to go and watch Antorius Hambrick play. I want to go watch Rod Brown, Army at SMU or something, and I want to see them start and play awesome. I want that so bad. I want to go watch Cam in the Big Ten Championship. Start at tight end for Michigan State. I want it bad. Can I make any of that happen?
Sure.
No, they got the hammer and the chisel. Great job. Okay. Great first half. All right, so now, you guys are going incline, deadlift, auxiliary. Coach Velasquez with speed, Coach Ludlow with plates, Coach Williams with push-ups and abs. All right, stand up, break us out, Tucker. All right, this is Akinemo Asukwo. He's a senior and he's going to play at Northern Illinois next year. So Akinemo, what is the best thing you think about leadership lessons that we do?
The best thing that it does is that it isn't just develop us as football players. It develops us as people outside the field, and I like how it's all interactive, how we get to have an input on what's going on, and how we can promote it into our daily lives.
This is Antorius Hambrick, who's a defensive back this year. Great player, signed with Lamar University. Antorius, tell me, why do you think leadership lessons help with the program's culture? How does it help create a culture?
Okay, so it gets like everybody, the team on the same page, and like every lesson is like explaining like about what we're dealing with as a team. Like if we're going through something, then we're gonna have a leadership lesson about that.
Is it something you guys enjoy doing?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, here's what we try to do with the leadership lessons. We try to get you guys involved and talking. Do we do a good job with that?
Yes, sir. We do a good job with everybody, just not being scared to talk and, state their opinion.
Awesome. Appreciate it.